real.
And as a fighter though, too. I mean, what about that?
I mean, I respect him as a fighter because he's working hard to get to where he's at. So
has he gotten better though? Like
hell yeah, for sure. Like from where he started to now, he's way better.
How did he feel? Did he have power? Did he touch you in the ring? Like how did that feel like? What was that like?
I remember him like catching my glove.
Right.
And when he caught my glove, I'm like, oh, he
was
really
heavy.
Yeah, he's like 200-some pounds, so you're gonna feel it. But
we got ourselves another interview to break down today. Another interview that the Breakfast Club decided to drop on us this morning. First, they dropped Teofimo Lopez, then they dropped Shakur Stevenson. And there's a couple topics that I want to talk about that stood out to me while talking to Shakur Stevenson in this interview, okay? Starting off with the video that I just showed you, Jake Paul. When they asked if he had power, did he land anything good on you? And Shakur Stevenson says, yeah, there was a shot where I basically caught it. And when he hit my glove, I felt the power. I felt like he could have said something way better. Like, yeah, he caught me with an uppercut. Oh, he hits hella hard. He rocked me once. He could have just said something to, kind of make it feel a little bit better by Jake Paul. But the way he explained it to me, it just, I don't know, man. I don't think he landed a punch against Shakur Stevenson. Now, it's completely understandable. Shakur Stevenson, WBC Lightweight Champion of the World, moving up to take on Teofimo Lopez, WBO Ring Magazine Champion, live at the Madison Square Garden Arena, January 31st. It's understandable, but it gives me less confidence, when the Breakfast Club asks him, how do you respect him as a fighter? And he basically says, he kind of stutters for a second and then always goes back to what he always says. He respects Jake Paul for him trying and putting in the work to become a fighter, but still not giving him the respect that I think he was gonna say, he's a great fighter. I still haven't heard him say that yet, that Jake Paul's a great fighter, and I think it's because Shakur Stevenson knows. Now, is there something that we don't know that Shakur Stevenson knows? Because I know he's a fan of Jake Paul, and I know he trained with him. He ain't gonna say that, Anthony Joshua is gonna sleep him. This is an easy fight for him, even though he does say that, right? He does understand that Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, former unified heavyweight champion of the world, should be able to go in there with his pedigree and his, just experience. He should be able to go in there and wipe the floor with somebody like Jake Paul. But they keep on clowning Jake Paul. They keep on laughing. And I'm not going to lie, it made me bust up when Shakur Stevenson was saying that, hey, we don't know. You never know. Jake Paul might have a chance. It made me bust up. But it also made me think, man, we just seen a video of him hitting the heavy bag. Is there something Shakur Stevenson knows that we don't?
How can he tell y'all?
So he ain't got a shot against AJ. AJ gonna kill him, in other words.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm rooting for both fighters. I do think when it comes down to it, with AJ been boxing for so long, Olympic gold medalist, he should go in there and just wipe him. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. We'll see come fight night.
Funny. Interesting topic, less confidence in Jake Paul. I don't know, man. It's so confusing, but at the same time, it's funny as hell, dude. It didn't seem like Jake Paul landed any punches. But we all know Shakur Stevenson is elusive as hell when he wants to be. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is, first off, I want to give my respect to Teofimo Lopez, because Shakur Stevenson during this interview explained that Teofimo Lopez had other options. He could have fought other guys, other fighters. They wanted him to fight, but he made it noticeable, and he made it his thing to tell Shakur Stevenson that he's the option that he wants. And because of that, Shakur Stevenson claims he talked to some of the higher-ups to be able to get this fight to, be made happen. He said this during the Breakfast Club, and because of that, this fight was made. But he explained that Teofimo Lopez could have ducked him, but didn't.
Did you and Teo actually have a real conversation before everybody else get involved? Like, yo, let's fight, bro.
We did. We actually got on the phone. Teo kind of was trying to let me know that he was getting other options. And he basically told me that the option that he wanted to fight was me. And I'm like, okay, that's the option that I want to fight too. So I had other options on the table too.
Both of you had different options. But
yeah, but once we got on the phone, we kind of locked it in, and we stuck with what we said. And I appreciate him for keeping his word.
So I'm going to say it right here, man. Absolute, complete respect to hear that Teofimo Lopez decided to pick that. Shakur Stevenson said he could have fought Lamont Roach Jr. instead. decided not to take that fight, and now took the Teofimo Lopez fight because it was a bigger fight, okay? Now, another thing that I want to talk about, Shakur Stevenson basically saying he understands that this fight is one of the biggest fights in his career and how important this fight is for him to win it. And for everything that's in the present and everything that's in the future for what he wants to do, right? You know, Turkey guaranteed a big fight in May. We don't know what's going to happen. Winner will probably be that, involved in that. So there's a lot of big things happening.
Do you view this fight as like personal, strategic, or legacy driven?
I think it's all three. It's all three. Now, I don't try to take things personal, but it's personal for me. Like, it's in my personal life, I want to be the best. Like, that's all I've been striving for since I started this. So,
Shakur Stevenson, during this interview with the Breakfast Club, if you didn't watch it, I guarantee you guys go watch it. But if you didn't, I'm going to show you guys a video. And this, you know, basically stands what I said. We made our video reacting to the Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach Jr. fight. We said Lamont Roach Jr. won that fight, right? Because we actually gave the 11th round to Lamont Roach Jr., even though Pitbull Cruz had that little furry in the end. I said it came down to the last 2 rounds. That's where the judges ended up being decisive on why it was a draw. It was understandable that it was a draw, but Shakur Stevenson as well thinks Lamont Roach Jr. won that fight.
What do you think about Roach's last fight?
I thought he won. I thought he may have should have never let off the gas in them last 2 rounds, but
Now, at the end of the day, whether you thought Pitbull Cruz or Lamont Roach Jr. won this fight, it doesn't matter, okay? What matters is what was going down in this interview, and Shakur Stevenson gave us a message before the interview ended, all right? And it's important and very important to think about and talk about and to think about heading into January 31st. He says that a lot of people underestimate his power and that y'all better watch out because January 31st, you guys keep underestimating my power, you guys are going to see that I actually got power. Power punches, yes. That is what Shakur Stevenson is claiming, sending a message to all the boxing enthusiasts, all the boxing fans out there claiming that, you know, Shakur Stevenson isn't the strongest one-punch power hitter in the world.
thing that everybody don't realize with me, I could punch. Everybody say, oh, he can't punch, and then boom, crack somebody, and then they laying down, or something may happen to where they hurt.
He's claiming that you guys are going to see in this fight that why he has the punching power. And to me, it's absolutely interesting, my friends. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel. Subscribe, and I'm out.